Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Proverbs. This past Sunday, our pastor challenged us as homework to read Proverbs. Have it read by the end of this month, July. So, it being the 12th, he's like, okay, you have 19 more days. So, you got to catch up. So, we need to read 1 through 12. And not just read to be reading, but reading, soaking it in like a good meal. When steak, baked potato, pork chops, whatever your favorite meal is, you don't just look at it. You're not full by just looking and smelling the fragrance. You partake, you bite, and you chew, and you swallow. That's what we're going to do with Proverbs. So I thought about the wisdom. Solomon, King David's son, his successor, the one who will build the temple. In 1 Kings 3, the Lord said, ask me for anything you want. Solomon said, Lord, I'm young. I need wisdom on how to govern, how to rule these your people. Now, that's on down in 1 Kings chapter 3. At the beginning of chapter 3, it tells us that Solomon, before he asked God for that wisdom, that God had already chosen him as David's successor, he made an alliance with Pharaoh, even bringing Pharaoh's daughter as his wife into his house. And because there was not a house built, there was not a temple built, he was allowing the people to worship on high places, like idol worship. But then when it comes down and the Lord says, okay, you can ask for anything you want, he asks for wisdom. And chapter 1 through 14, it's like a family member, he's given wisdom to a son, children, wife, husband, a wise woman. Wisdom, we learned we were reacquainted with the definition on Sunday, is the knowledge from a godly perspective. I remember in school a subject that I did not like, biology, but I made A's. I studied for the test. I crammed all of that information in, but not studying, wanting to know. I studied with the goal of, I'm going to pass these tests. This wisdom is for us to study, to know how to live our optimum as we were created. Solomon, the book says it is the Proverbs of Solomon. That's the Hebrew title, and it is called Mishli Shelomo. Shelomo is Solomon. Mishli, Proverbs of Solomon. The wisdom. What wisdom do we impart to our children, our family members? We impart it not only in word, but our living. How do they see us living? And you may say, well, you know what? My children are adults now. And yes, I made some mistakes, but how do I fix that now? Well, we can't go back, but you can live from this day forward. Ignorance is not knowing, but to whom much is given, much is required. So when we get that knowledge, that godly wisdom, we live better, we talk better, we walk better, we think better. So we can start from that point. It may be grandchildren, great grands, it may be great nieces, great nephews, it may be a neighbor, someone you are mentoring. But our application today is to look at our lives now, present tense, the Lord says, sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. One day at a time. He gives us what we need to live. So in our present time, how are we imparting wisdom to those around us? Family members, co-workers, neighbors. How are we imparting wisdom? Even in the church. Don't assume that everyone dressed up to go into a building, a sanctuary, is saved. How are we imparting wisdom? Proverbs chapter 1 through 14. I'm challenging you to read those chapters. Listen to the wisdom that Solomon is saying, my son. He warns him to stay away from the adulterous woman. He warns him, don't run from wisdom. Wisdom is calling out to you. Wisdom can help you live your best. Proverbs chapter 1 through Proverbs chapter 14. How do we impart? By living and sharing vocally godly wisdom. I love you. The Lord loves us. He so wants us to love one another. And God willing, I'll see you the next day. Have a terrific Tuesday. Bye.